How are you doing, guys? Welcome back to my combined 11, Arsenal versus Manchester United. And again, this is going to be another massive game. So let's get into it. So, we, we, we're not going to do any explanations. We're just going to get straight into it. So, Ramsdale or De Gea? I will give this one to David De Gea. Let's be real. Let's be real about this one. David De Gea is a top class goalkeeper, and back then he was one of the best in the world. I'm not sure right now, but back then he was one of the best goalkeepers in the world, if not the best in the world. Before the likes of Neuer came in, overtook him. Ter Stegen came over and overtook him. So for me, David De Gea starts. In the defence, first of all, right back. Do I go Dallo or do I go Ben White? I think this season Ben White slots in there for me. No debate about it. Ben White slots in there for me. Left back, do I go with Luke Shaw or Zinchenko? Ooh. I'm gonna go with Alexander Zinchenko. I think Zinchenko slights it just. I think he just he's a very good player, Zinchenko. Centre back pairing, first of all, do I go with Gabriel or do I go with Lisandro Martinez? I'll give this one to Lisandro Martinez because Lisandro Martinez is just a fantastic player in general. I can't, there's no debate about that. Alongside him, do I choose Varane or Saliba? I am gonna go with Rafael Varane. Only because of the fact how William Saliba is still learning and he's still gaining that weight that he's getting to be an Arsenal player. Because at the moment, Rafael Varane, he's just a phenomenal player, Rafael Varane. So I am gonna stick. So my back line is De Gea in goal, Ben White, Zinchenko, Varane, and Lisandro Martinez. Into the midfield, Thomas Partey, he slots in there as well. So do I choose Thomas Partey or Scott McTominay? Thomas Partey. Simple as that. Simple as that. Thomas Partey has to be in there. He has to be in there. If it was Thomas Partey versus Casemiro, who is unavailable for this game, I would have chosen Casemiro. But yeah, Thomas Partey sits in there for me. Alongside him, this is where we could have a few debates. Do I go with Xhaka or do I go with Eriksen? Eriksen has had a good season. I think Granit Xhaka though slights it just edge it dust. I think Granit Xhaka is just a more composed player. I think he's been in the Premier League a season longer than Eriksen, so I think he knows it more. So that's why I will give it to Christian Eriksen. Into the attack, first of all, on the left. This is one where I'm gonna get a lot of banter from Martinelli or Rashford. I am gonna go with Marcus Rashford. I know I let the Brazilian prince down. Look, I know I let the Brazilian prince down, Martinelli. But you have to admit though, Rashford is having a fantastic season, and so yes, so is Martinelli. But personally, I do think Rashford is more experienced. I think Marcus Rashford, he's more of an experienced player. He knows more about the Premier League than Martinelli does. As I said with Saliba, Martinelli is only learning. Martinelli is only learning. So yeah, and now we've got a new income coming in with Leandro Trossard. So from Brighton, £27 million bargain, absolute fucking bargain. But yeah, I am gonna go with Marcus Rashford over Martinelli. On the right wing, Saka or Anthony, I'm gonna go with Bukayo Saka. It's as simple as that. No one, I don't think there's apart from Phil Foden. I don't think there's a better right winger in the Premier League than Bukayo Saka. Apart from Phil Foden, I think Foden's just a tiny bit better than Saka. That's what I'm thinking to myself. And yeah, this one now, getting into the cam roll. This is where this one has a lot of people talking. Do I go with Bruno Fernandes or Martin Odegaard? This is a really, really tough one. I know Fernandes isn't having the greatest of seasons, but all round Fernandes is a great player. I like Fernandes as a player. I rate him a lot. I rate Bruno Fernandes a lot. I have to go with Captain I have to go with Captain Marvel, Martin Odegaard. I have to go with Captain Marvel, Martin Odegaard. I'm basing it off this season anyway, so Odegaard gets in there for me. Up front, do I go with who have you not even got up front? I haven't got really that great players. They got Anthony Martial, and they brought in that new lad from Burnley, Wout Weghorst. Do I go with one of those two, or do I go with Eddie Nketiah? Fuck. I think I'll go with Wout Weghorst. I'll give it to Wout Weghorst. I can't put Gabriel Jesus in there because he's not going to be available for the game. So, yeah, can't really put him in there if he's not available, can I? If he ain't going to play. And, yeah, so that is it for my combined 11, Arsenal versus Manchester United. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash a like on this video. That will really help, and please subscribe because I'm now 20 subscribers away. I'm now 20 subscribers away from reaching 100 subs, and reaching 100 subs will mean a lot to me. So please just subscribe to the channel. But that said, peace.